Every story has an ending. Does our quest to play the top 100 courses in 10 years have a good ending? I'm Nish,
I'm Chris.
I'm Jim.
and we're here to guide you through this golfing journey. This is the Top 110 Golf Podcast. Episode 14, the Christmas Special. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day, hey hey, when the kids start singing and the band begins to play hey hey. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day, hey hey. Let the bells ring out for Christmas.
That's Slade.
This is the weirdest open mic night I've ever been to.
So it's upon us. It's Christmas, Crimbo, Christmas, whatever you want to call it. So first off, I'm going to start a little surprise for you two.
Oh dear.
Got a little present.
Is this Royal
As
Birkdale?
they open up
Royal
Birkdale
Birkdale
merchandise.
What's that phrase that I always use?
So a little branded water bottle
Top 110. Look
Oh,
at that.
awesome.
Nice.
with a little carabiner on it as well. Stick it on the bag,
Stick it on the bag.
And
Bit of
then-
advertising.
and then a little.
Ooh,
I think you could probably
heavier.
guess what that is. I've got the best wrapping paper, by the way, just basically what it came in. The little
110.
top 110
That's a trophy,
mug.
right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Ready for the Nish Invitational.
Awesome,
Thanks,
mate.
Nish.
Thank
So
you.
Merry Christmas.
Amazing.
So look, today, it's Christmas special, a bit more fun. I'm hoping it's been fun anyway, but
It's always fun.
yeah, we're going to run through some of the things that I've sort of found, either through Instagram or just, being on the pod or whatever. So things that are like either surprising, funny. It's all just a bit lighthearted, really. So it's our gift to all of our listeners, even though the gift of our wisdom and humour should be enough.
And dulcet tone.
When are we
dulcet
starting that?
I feel like we should be getting something back ourselves, but anyway, whatever. I think we got enough when we got all the questions. That was a lovely present.
yeah.
One of the things I wanted to start off with was a tip we picked up from Alex. Obviously, he was our first fully bona fide guest, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That we didn't know, and he gave a great tip. So this is for all the men out there: how to earn yourself a Saturday morning or afternoon off. Because he said that I asked him about how his family have taken on the challenge. He said, my wife's been really, really supportive. And she said right at the start, she said, well, I knew I married a golfer.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, hello. It doesn't matter whether you play golf or not. Just tell your missus you are a golfer. And that will always get you pass out for 5 hours. So that's our free tip for everyone.
But when you do it from like 8 o'clock in the night till 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's less plausible.
Night golf. Which they do at Trump International, by the way.
Do they?
They do night golf.
They
On
do night
occasion.
golf in quite a lot of places.
Yeah.
They do it locally.
They must have to do it in Scotland because the bloody light must be so terrible.
Saw
most of the
it. I
time
mean,
as
it
well.
looks-
At certain parts of
It looks absolutely stunning.
Well, our friend Lee went to Abu Dhabi recently, didn't he? And he started at 3 o'clock, and it gets dark
Gets
about
dark early,
6 or
yeah,
7
yeah.
o'clock there.
Whack the
And so
floodlights on.
The back 9 have floodlights on.
Yeah.
More golf courses need to get onto this.
More
Or
golf
just
courses do need to do that.
Even-
Night golf would be great. I'd love to give it a go. Well, another thing I've been doing a lot is I talked to Chris about this quite a lot. Is like I gorge on Tiger Woods stats because I think because of all his indiscretions and how he's been recently, you forget how good the guy actually was. Like he was a
no,
machine.
I'll never forget that.
But you knew he was, and you knew he was this absolute like mentality monster as well, and all this kind of stuff. And then you read the stats and you just go, "Oh my god! Like this guy was on a different planet. He played a game that nobody else was playing." So I thought I'd run through a few of these Tiger stats just to sort of put it into perspective how good he was. So there's 9 of them, I think, or maybe just 8 of them, but this is unbelievable. So it says over here the best score to par in majors between 1997 and 2009. So that's a 12-year period. He's played minimum of 70 rounds in that period. So what his overall score against par was. So you'd expect most people to be over par.
Yeah.
So this is the top 3. Tiger Woods was 134 under par over 12 years playing in majors. The next closest person was Phil Mickelson,
Yeah.
was plus 99.
What?
Plus 99. So basically, and then after that was Ernie Els at plus 118. So only one player is within 250 shots of Tiger Woods over a 12-year period playing majors.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Pretty astonishing, isn't it?
Crazy. Like, the more you read these, you just go, oh my God, like, this guy's unbelievable.
And you actually think that it was such a competitive era, really.
It
don't
felt
you?
like
it
it.
wasn't,
felt
was
It wasn't. He was just trouncing everyone,
I mean,
wasn't he?
it wasn't competitive. Like every year because that's when I grew up, like starting to really play golf was right in Tiger's pomp. So like every major, every big competition, you'd be like, well, Tiger's going to win this.
Yeah,
He's going to
like,
win this.
he's going to win.
He's going to win this.
So,
And I think most people hoped that he did.
Yeah, it's weird because normally in that situation you'd be like, oh, come on, this is boring. We want someone else to win it. But actually, I was just like backing him. I wanted to win everything.
He changed everybody's perception of golf, didn't he? He
Totally.
totally changed it.
Totally.
And the sponsors he brought in and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So this one here, in the last 60 years, there are 3 instances of a player winning 5 or more PGA Tour starts in a row. Right? They belong to Tiger Woods with 7 in a row, Tiger Woods with 6 in a row, and Tiger Woods with 5 in a row. So he's literally the only person who's done that.
I mean, he was just totally untouchable. Like no one could get anywhere
near him.
He wasn't just winning by like a shot or two. He was winning by like 8, 9, 10, 12 shots. He was just, it was phenomenal.
From 2004 to 2006, Tiger Woods had 1,466 putts from 3 feet and in. That's the really, really close short ones. So that's a 3-year period.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows what 3 feet is, whether you're a golfer or not.
It's a bit stupid, wasn't it, that? He missed 3 of them. Out of 1,400 putts, he missed 3.
He missed 3.
Bollocks.
In a 3-year period.
3-year period.
2004 to 2006.
Remember in Reddish Vale where I actually, I can't remember what hole it was, but it was, I mean, it was only a par 3, but I got it into about 3 foot within the hole and 3 putts.
3 putts. You did it within 30
Mate.
seconds. What he's done in 3 years.
Don't worry, mate. We've all done that. That's just golf, isn't it? I think the best shot of my life. Oh.
Yeah, but it was when the other guys from who were coming down the other fairway, and they saw where the tee shot was, and said, "How'd you get on with it?"
Yeah, it's always
I was
embarrassing.
Like, yeah, I bogeyed it.
Oh, here we go. This is a great one. So Tiger Woods is credited with 41 career European Tour wins, which is the 3rd most of all time, and he's never played full time on the European Tour.
That's all just majors, right? I guess
Probably all just or
he
like
might have played a game either side,
Scottish
like on the
Open,
Scottish
yeah,
the lead up to it, because he used to come over and play a little bit of links golf
mad,
beforehand,
isn't
didn't he?
You had to, didn't
How
you?
mad is that? Here we go. Tiger Woods is the only player currently under the age of 50, probably a bit older than that now, actually, this might be a couple of years old, with 25 or more PGA Tour wins. So Tiger Woods won his 25th PGA Tour title more than 20 years ago. So nobody's got anywhere near him since then.
I'm not sure I understand that stat.
So he's the only player currently under the age of 50. The only under 50 to have won
Under
25,
50, right?
yeah,
Sorry, okay.
to have won 25 or more PGA
Right, yeah.
Tour.
So there's basically no one that's come up behind him
No
that's
one's
got
done
anywhere
that,
near
yeah.
him. Yeah.
Only won that 20 years ago. Oh yeah. From the 1999 PGA through to the 2001 Masters, Tiger's finishes in the majors was 1, 5th, 1, 1, 1, 1. In that span, he had 5 major wins and only 4 players finished ahead of him combined in all of those majors. That's mad.
He's not done a year Grand Slam, has he? Has he done a year Grand Slam?
I think
Is it? There's not.
it wasn't a calendar. Like, people call it a Tiger Slam, don't they? Because it wasn't in a calendar year. But I mean, he held all 4 at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a technicality to go. He's not done the
Done it
Grand
on the
Slam.
same
like,
kind of season, yeah.
I mean, it's like I suppose it's like again. I'm sorry to throw in tennis again, kind of different sport altogether, but I don't think anyone's done that. I don't even think Novak did it. Or he might have done it once.
I don't know.
Like Steffi Graf did it, I know that, and then it goes back to I suppose who?
Fred Perry.
Fred Perry, yeah. Okay, I won't read that other one, but this one. So over the last 10 seasons, so this is in 2021, so it's 3-4 years old now. But over the last 10 seasons, players with a 3 or more shot lead entering the final round of a PGA Tour event have gone on to win that tournament 61.7% of the time. Tiger Woods' record in his career in that situation, so he's had a 3 shot or more lead going into a PGA Tour event, 25 out of 25. absolute conversion machine.
Well, I mean, it was that Sunday, wasn't it? Like the Sunday, he was just untouchable. Like, I think people even within touching distance, like now, if you go into a Saturday and you're 2 or 3 shots behind, you're thinking, I'm in with a chance here. But in those days,
no chance.
You were a shot ahead, you'd be thinking, I don't think I'm going to win this.
Yeah.
He was just, he was phenomenal.
During the entire 2000 PGA Tour season, Tiger Woods recorded 1 round higher than 73, which was the first round of the Masters. He shot a 75 that day when the average of the field was 75.59. That's a whole season he's not shot over a 73. That is mad. And then this last one here. So win percentage, when you're outright leading after 3 rounds, so you're going into the final round of an event and you're outright leading, the win percentage on the PGA Tour in 2021 was 26.7%.
Mm-hmm.
PGA Tour in the last 10 seasons was 42.4%. Tiger Woods, if he was leading, which goes back to what you were saying, he, out of 46 times he was in that position, he won 44 tournaments. 95.7% win percentage.
I think we need to name the 2 players who actually
They deserve a medal, don't they?
Absolutely.
Absolutely deserve a medal. But I just, it's astonishing. Like, it beggars belief, some of that stuff.
He was absolutely incredible. There was no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I think definitely the best sportsman, or the most successful sportsman, I think, in our lifetime, in my lifetime anyway. Obviously, you guys are a bit older than me. You might have. You've seen an extra.
No season of goodwill here, eh?
We've
got death and death knocking on the door. Might not make it through 10 years, Jim, at this rate. Right, moving on from just basically being in awe of Tiger Woods. When he won that Masters and he did his comeback, and then it was just before that, I think he had a good go at the Bay Hill Invitational, and I was like, oh, Tiger, please just win one more, like, it'd be great. I was so happy when he won that Masters. Right.
Still not the most successful though, is he, in terms of majors?
I know, but it's just one of them things where you kind of go, impact on the game.
Oh, there's no one that comes near.
Nobody comes anywhere close to him.
Absolutely not.
And everybody now, like McIlroy says it a lot, doesn't he? But everybody now is following in his slipstream, aren't they? All the money that's poured into golf is because of him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right, we'll move on. So I found on Instagram there's if any people are beginner golfers out there, rookie golfers out there, there were 6 great tips to just enjoy your golf a little bit better, and I thought these were brilliant. I would love to hear your thoughts on them. So number 1 is,
why are you looking at me when you say that?
If you hit a bad tee shot, just hit another one.
I did see that.
Just it.
Yeah.
Can I do that as well?
No. Unless it's definitely not on a challenge.
Not on a challenge roll, yeah. Actually, yeah, because I'd have done all the challenge rolls then. Okay, then following on from that, if you're struggling to get off the tee box at all, just pick the ball up and go and pop it near a friend, like where their ball has landed. Don't just put the ball.
Someone
near
who's not playing golf in the pub.
There you go, mate.
Just put it next to him and go and have a pint instead.
Yeah, that's not fun. So just go, right, I'll drop the ball down there. There's no competition going on here. It's just you're there to enjoy the game of golf.
I think it's something that we've discussed when we've played rounds with, obviously, myself, and whether you play with me, and also with a few other people who don't play as regularly or have just started relatively recently. And it's a case of you're trying to play to the spirit of the game and the rules of the game. But when you're in the rough, or you're in wooded areas, and you're trying to hack it out and play it right from there, just drop a shot and bring it out onto the fairway.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to ruin your enjoyment.
Yeah.
And everything's about a learning curve. Beginners like myself, we're there to try and improve. Yeah. And you have to do that by
you're not improving if you're just trying to hack out of a load of rough.
That's not
play the shot you're supposed to play.
It's kind of a weird sport, golf, because it's almost got a real high barrier to entry, because it's just not something that you can walk in and just be good at.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
No, you can't.
Like, you don't just walk in and be good at it.
Are you listening, Neil? You can't just rock up.
I mean, to be fair, the first shot I ever hit was nearly a hole in one.
Oh, was it?
And I got a 2. So that was the first hole I ever played. And the
I was
next
just like,
hole
what's
was
going
like
on here?
20 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I'm incredible at this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a bit
Think,
rough.
Got- got
what's
hooked
a
straight
roughly-
away.
I got brought down to earth pretty quickly after for the rest of the 8 holes that I played.
You've just described tip 3, which is exactly that. Take a drop and give yourself a good line and good lie. Like, why are you punishing yourself and like just, get probably straight back in the rough? You're gonna break your club or break your wrists or something. Like, just
Yeah, I've broken a club a few
enjoy the
times.
game. Number 4 is gallery balls. So we've discussed gallery balls before, which is you know the ball is there, just get a free drop. Doesn't matter. Going back to number 3, a little bit the same sort of thing. If you're stuck somewhere, again, just move it. Take a drop. There's no point repeatedly playing the same thing or going, hang on a minute, it's buried near a tree root. Like, just move the ball. Nobody's bothered.
Or in a deep rough, and you're thinking,
Yeah,
oh god, and you're trying to hack it out, and it's 4 shots, and then you start to get frustrated with it.
Of course you do.
And then it actually spoils your enjoyment of the actual game, and it's a wonderful game. I appreciate now, and I've appreciated it more recently because I've never really played golf throughout my whole life. But just those simple tips do change the complexion of it. When you're playing it seriously, then obviously you've got to adhere to those rules. But when you're just out there having a bit of a hack around,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I'm really
Yeah.
sorry, Jim, but I just couldn't listen to them because I've just got hung up on Nish's new nickname,
Oh, go on.
Gallery Balls. I just had
Yeah.
to get that out there.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
It's like the golden balls of golf.
That's the new
Gallery
new
balls.
merch range.
oh god, don't give me ideas.
new moniker. And then the last one is something I still do now because I just think again just improves your enjoyment of the game. So called a grip gimme. So you have from the hole you can measure out with your putter. If you're within the grip, it's a gimme. But we always say the putter's conceded to you, but you can practice it without fear of somebody going, oh well, technically speaking, you've taken your putt now, and and I think that's where golf suddenly loses itself sometimes, doesn't it? It's like all these rules that get mired in.
Yeah.
And actually, the first bit is so hard, which is just learning how to play the game and hit the ball and get it in the air and get it to do what you want it to do. And that's where you're seeing that high barrier to entry. You're just worried about the rules the whole time.
Yeah. Definitely.
So those are like 60. I just found I thought that was really, really enlightening. Like, really good to hear. And that kind of led me on to then the next bit, which was there's some stats about PGA Tour players. Because what do? You watch, as we do, we watch all the majors, don't we? Watch Ryder Cups and things like that, and you see this highlight reel of amazing shots. They don't show the bad ones, do they? They come out later in the bloopers and when somebody's put it on Instagram or whatever. So you beat yourself up when you've not played a good shot, or you think you should have done better with something. So some of these stats are designed to kind of put it all into perspective, which I think is a great gift for anybody, for them to go, actually, I'm not that bad. I'm all right, because even the best of the best do this. So PGA Tour players miss 50% of their putts from 8 feet. That's quite a high percentage, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, 8 feet isn't far, and you could probably kick yourself, couldn't you? Why have I not? I should have nailed that. Should have nailed it. I think again that just puts it into perspective. PGA Tour players hit around 60% of fairways with their driver.
Yeah.
So that's not. Again, they're not always striping it down the middle, and it's the perfect lie. The next one, they're always trying to make recoveries. I mean, I'd love to get to 60%. That'd be great.
But they probably don't deviate too far, so it might be the kind of like the short rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they get things like at the US Open, they'll get like really heavy rough, so they just go off the fairway a little bit, and then they're screwed. Because they did that at. That was what I was going to tell you. So the Basic Bogies boys, they technically live in New York State. They can play Bethpage.
All right.
Because Bethpage is just it's not a municipal, but it's like a just where you can
Local.
rock up and play. But because they're New York State residents, they get discounted rate.
Oh, nice.
I was like, all right, happy days. So that's a reason to go over, isn't it?
Is it in the top 100?
Oh no,
In the world?
probably in the world
I
it is.
think so,
Bethpage
yeah,
Black
yeah,
would be,
I thought
won't
so.
it? Yeah,
But it's not in this challenge.
No.
not in this challenge.
They
Irrelevant.
might be quite expensive. When you're talking about, 25 grand to play to do this.
Yeah.
You're thinking flights to New York.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, yeah.
And we've got to go business class.
Well, you've got to go.
Because it's more than 5
If you're
hours.
going to do it, yeah.
Unless you can get your company to pay and go on a trip. Like you were in Augusta last year. But I know you didn't play Augusta, but
Yeah.
So we were talking about Tiger Woods before.
you need to get a job, Nish, because you can't get expensive.
I know it's getting more and more expensive, isn't it? From 100 to 110 yards out in his career, Tiger Woods missed the green 20% of the time. Which
20% from 100 yards.
from 100 yards, he missed the green. That's madness, isn't it? So that means he was
doesn't
making
sound right.
recoveries, like he was chipping, and he was an amazing chipper, wasn't he? Like from around the green, and very famously at the Masters, against Chris DeMarco. But
yeah.
he was amazing at that. So I think that his recovery was really, really good. And again, that highlights this is short game is the bit.
I mean, that's
that
a
really...
pretty remarkable stat.
But
Well,
also,
isn't it that?
That's the thing, the difficulty of some of those courses as well.
Yeah.
And the conditions weren't always favourable. It's not always, you're playing on the US PGA Tour and it's not 30 degrees and blue skies everywhere. You have the tempests and the storms that are coming in that make it even more challenging, plus the topography of the actual courses.
Topography. Good word.
Didn't have that in the five criteria for the top 100.
I know, topography. Right, so this is PGA Tour golfers generally. From 80 yards in the fairway, 21% of their shots ended up more than 25 feet away from the hole.
I mean, if they've got to 80 yards, they've miscalculated somewhere.
Yeah, well,
They shouldn't be playing from 80
yards. But then
yards.
you'd think that
So they're probably pissed off at themselves.
Right,
at the point
maybe.
They're 80 yards
Yeah,
away,
yeah,
going,
maybe.
I should be
Could
20.
be.
I should be 20 yards back.
Well, then it says in that distance of 60 to 80 yards, players hit it to within 8 feet only 25% of the time. So they were still not quite.
But I think the thing at that point is once you're in that close, you've lost that ability to get that much control and spin over it.
Is that right?
That's why you want to be 20 yards further back. You can still get a bit. So if you're going into a difficult green, you've got a difficult pin position, you're 80 yards away.
Yeah.
You've lost some ability to create spin on the ball because you're a bit too close. I think that probably factors into that a little bit, yeah.
So a good old trusty bump and run needs to come out in that case, doesn't it?
So what I got from that was that golfers are all shit and there's hope. And now you've just completely.
Yeah, shut up, Chris.
I'm giving up.
A typical PGA Tour player averages just 3.5 more birdies per round than a 20 handicap. So it's saying lowering your handicap is not about making birdies, it's about making pars.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely true.
Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? You'd think it's like, oh, I've got to shoot low, got to shoot low. It's not. But anyway, so that was something just to make you feel better about your game, which can't be a bad thing. And then the last thing I wanted to just talk about, which we can't avoid, and I don't know if you've seen it, you may not have, I don't know, but have you heard about Bryson DeChambeau doing his hole-in-one challenge? Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't actually.
So he's got a pretty mega house, as you'd expect, because he's absolutely wadded. But it's just glass windows everywhere. And he's got a.
Oh, it's not like the clubhouse in Moortown, which you nearly smashed.
Well, that was Pebble Dash, mate. I don't think Bryson's got a Pebble Dash anything anywhere in his house, has he? But
Should do. He's missing out.
All window, right? And he's got a green at the back. So he did this challenge. It was a hole-in-one challenge. Put a mat out there in the driveway, and it was to hit over his house to get a hole-in-one. So the way he did it was, he went day 1 he got 1 shot, day 2 he got 2 shots, day 3 he got 3 shots. So every day it kept going up with how many shots he got, and he filmed it every day and put it on Instagram, I don't know, on his social media. He just recently finished it on day 16 with the very last shot on day 16. It was incredible. Like, there's so many people, like there's millions of people liking these posts, like non-golfers, everything like that. It was just like a proper full-on moment. But I think he's been really good for golf, Bryson. I didn't like him at the start.
I think in the last couple of years he's definitely
he's
definitely become more palatable for a lot of people. Because when he first came out, I was like, I fucking hate this guy. Like he's trying to like
trying to rewrite golf,
he's trying to basically beat golf.
Yeah.
Was it this after his transformation where he kind of really bulked up and took on this, uber high protein diet, muscle building, and was driving 400 yards?
He still does that.
No, that was
Oh,
before he wasn't, and then he changed his whole lifestyle to
I
actually.
think there was a little bit of that, but then it's. I mean, I've never liked his golf swing though because it's
Yeah,
really
it's just, like,
robotic
rigid,
and I get,
and
but
he's
I
all his
understand what
clubs are
he's
the
doing.
same length and all that kind of weirdness.
Yeah, like I say, he's trying to beat golf,
Yeah,
but like I think he's ace now. I think he's brilliant.
Well,
yeah,
I
I
think
definitely
He's
warmed to
really
him.
doing something.
it is scientific though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, ultimately it is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
You know,
scientific
so
game.
he's looking at the kind of biology of it, and then he's looking at the physics of it as
Yeah.
well.
He's removing all the variables that he can.
but that, do you not think that just takes the romance out of it?
Artistry of
It's a
golf.
romantic game, I think.
Doesn't
For
really
a lot
work
of,
though,
for a
is
lot
it?
of
So, you know, ultimately,
Well, no,
he's
he's in the
probably
double
been
live, you know.
I mean, how many has he won a major?
Yeah, he's won 2.
Yeah, he's won a couple.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
He beat
won a
Rory
couple.
famously this year, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
And
Rory
bottled
lost it
Rory lost it, yeah.
to him.
Rory bottled it.
Was that to Bryson?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't realise it won.
But again, he I mean, Rory lost it obviously with his putty, whatever. But that was when one hole previous. But even on the 18th when he played that bunker
I mean,
shot,
that bunker shot was pretty epic.
it was amazing, wasn't
Yeah.
it? So, he's
Yeah.
he's done well with that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great. I mean, I think it's a real nice. So many people were engaged with it. It'd be remiss to not mention that in our Christmas special. But,
I was saying to you earlier, wasn't it, that someone's recreated that on a simulator? So next time we go to the Sim,
yes,
to the Sim day, we can just
How many
smash
days
the
is it gonna
window.
take
How many
us?
windows can we smash in Bryson to Shambo's house?
we'll do the grid. We'll do the wedge grid. And we'll just try and break windows.
I think it was staged though, so there were a few windows that were broken at some point, but he just didn't post it on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I mean, he can afford to, pay them. It's not like Aaron or Adam kick a ball through this
Yeah,
window and
yeah,
you're like, for 5 months.
They can afford to pay it as well.
Yeah.
They'd have to pay the bill. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all from me. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Crimbo.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hope that
Merry
was
Christmas.
that was entertaining, more so than the normal podcasts. Next time on the Top 110 Golf Podcast, it's our end of year awards special.